I'm going to show you a unique tool that I've created. So it's a Bitcoin address generator that's actually inscribed on Ordinals. So it lives right on the blockchain and it's going to stay there pretty much forever as long as Ordinals are going to survive. So let me take you through what the app's all about. So first thing, you can choose here whether you want a private key generated, a random seed phrase, or you can pick your own seed phrase as well, or your own words for that seed phrase. So that's pretty cool. You can also add a start to the address, so you can add a prefix, or you can add the end to it, a suffix. Now the way this works is it's going to basically hash the private key multiple times to try and get you the address you want. The problem you might face is if you have a really long name, it might take a super long time. So if we take a look at this, if I put switch, and just notice I used an L instead of an I because we're using these characters that are up here. So you're only able to use these characters. So if you notice switch here, it says here it could take hours. But if I was to add switch 900, so 900 at the end, it's going to say very hard, could take weeks. Okay. Whereas if I was to remove the switch and just had the 900, well, easy, it's going to take minutes. Okay. But for this demo, I'm just going to do one that's got 90. So it's going to take us a few seconds. Again, you can use a private key, random seed phrase. However, if you pick your own seed phrase, this won't generate a vanity address like this. It's going to create you a separate address based on the words that you add. So let's start the generation here. So it's going to take, there we go, a few seconds. So we've got the 90 at the end of the address here. And then we've got a few options. First off, that's my address here. So I will copy that, save it wherever I need to, jot it down. And then we've got the private key down here. So this is hex of that private key. We can reveal that, or alternatively, we can show this QR code. And now what this QR code does is it's encrypted. So it's a super safe way to transmit, or I say super safe, it's as safe as it's going to get somewhat in this kind of environment. So what we can do is type in a password, type in password. I hope that put password anyway. And then we can click this button here that says generate. That's going to generate our QR code. And then what I can do is from that QR code, I can scan that on my mobile device. And then on my mobile, I can proceed. Okay, so I'm now on the mobile. So what I need to do is go to my camera. And then I'm going to scan this QR code with my camera. And then I'm going to open up this. It's going to take me to Ordinals. And then it's going to pre-populate this decrypted text based on that QR code. And then what I can do is type in the password here, which was password, I hope. And then probably a bit of a pain in the ass here. I shouldn't have put generated there. You've got to actually go down the bottom here. And where it says decrypt down the bottom, just click decrypt on that. And then it's going to give me my private key here. So this is a nice, safe way to transmit that across devices. So, if somebody's looking over your shoulder and scanning this QR code, it's not going to they're not going to be able to pick it up. They would need to know the password as well. So, I wouldn't say store it in this QR code. Once this resets this site, it doesn't save it anywhere on the site. So make sure you are noting this down. You guys all know your seed phrases are important and your private keys are important. So yeah, just make sure you're doing the right things when it comes to it. Is once we get our seed phrase, so in this case, I'm going to reveal the seed phrase. So I've got that seed phrase, and all I need to do with this seed phrase is go to something like Magic Eden. So I'm going to copy that seed phrase. Okay, so that's now copied to my clipboard. I can open Magic Eden. Sorry, not Magic Eden, Unisat. Unisat, I use Unisat. I've got many different wallets from Unisat. So let me go here. Okay, so yeah, now I'm in Unisat. I can go to this top bit here, and then I could click on this bit where it says add wallet, and then I can restore from a single phrase. You can also restore from your mnemonic phrase there and using your keywords, but I'm going to do it from a single phrase. Then I can type this in. I'm going to continue. I'm going to do it as a taproot address. You can see I've got the 90 at the end here. That's what we wanted. And then I'm going to continue, and then that's that address loaded into my Unisat wallet. Really easy there, guys. So yeah, feel free to give it a go and report back if you could. Any feedback would be amazing.